Is the Sims community dying? Well, hello there, and welcome to a spicy, zesty little rant with me. Summer usually means a time of relaxation, diving into hobbies we forfeit during busier seasons. Historically, that's meant an uptick in Sims 4 playing and watching Sims 4 content. But not in 2025. Something happened this year that made most Sims 4 content creators see a drop in engagement, and I want to figure out why. Have you noticed this? Whether you're a creator or just a viewer, the numbers are not adding up. I spent the last 3 months lurking in the shadows, tracking how many views creators of all sizes are getting, and taking the pulse of the community as a whole. My diagnosis? It's not healthy. Here's what my bird's eye view has revealed. As far as I can tell, I think there are 4 main reasons the Sims 4 climate has shifted so drastically this year. Viewer priorities have changed, there's too much competition, disingenuous TikTok trends, the cost versus rewards gap within the game itself. The most obvious culprit: the time of year. Historically, summer meant higher views, especially on YouTube. This year, for gaming, that hasn't really been the case. I had been looking forward to summer as a creator. In my head, it was the perfect season for people to return to the platforms watching and engaging. Instead, it feels like this might be the summer everyone collectively decided to go outside and touch grass. To check my theory, I peeked into other corners of the internet. I'm active in the art, crafting, and literature spaces, so I started watching numbers there. Mid-range creators in those communities are seeing an uptick in subscribers and views. Not necessarily sky-high growth, but definitely more engagement. Meanwhile, here in KC, the TikTok KC girlies scene has been all abuzz. People meeting up, going out, joining community events. People are doing things with their hands and spending more time in the real world. While I love that for humanity, what does that mean for Sims 4 creators? And you see, the thing is, anyone can make Sims 4 content for free. Base game is free. If you're on PC, you can use OBS to record. Console players can film on their phones. This accessibility has brought in a huge wave of new creators. On one hand, that's so fantastic because we have more creativity in the mix. On the other, it means competition has gotten fierce. It just doesn't feel special to be a Sims 4 content creator anymore, or even a part of the creator network. When EA opened the creator network without follower count restrictions, didn't it feel more like a marketing scheme? If creators play the game and are encouraging followers to use their creator code, that is free advertising for EA at the cost of just a few packs on their end. I'd love to say something supportive about inclusivity here, but y'all, honestly, I'm not feeling very charitable about how EA has handled the creator network. To be clear, I have 0 bad feelings toward my fellow creators, only toward EA for using them. Some of those creators don't even film gameplay. They take trending TikTok sounds and layer Sims-themed visuals over them. Those accounts are doing really well, really fast. So, a life hack, you don't even have to play the game to be in the creator network. I had tried that early on. Full disclosure, if you look through my TikTok, those are on there. And they did really well because that's what the algorithm loves. But for me, it just didn't feel good, you know? It took 1.5 brain cells to make them, and it just didn't feel creative or authentic. It didn't match the warm, intellectual, creative space I wanted to build for you all, so I had to stop. Even though that meant fewer views, it meant more integrity. And now my subscribers feel like family. It's the Olive Garden up in here. It feels personal. Personal like finances, which is another huge reason why people can't keep playing The Sims. Recent studies show that almost a third of players are on console, and that number is growing every year. Console players don't have access to custom content, so they have to pay for DLC, which is being pumped out faster than the average wallet can keep up. And this isn't just a Sims problem. This is a problem most AAA game companies have, with those free base games that offer microtransactions galore. Younger millennials and Gen Z can barely afford to live, much less drop hundreds on games. Yet, EA has made them the target audience going forward. The audience with less disposable income and less sentimental attachment to the franchise. If you want to deep dive into more facts about stuff like that, check out Legendary Drop's video linked below. He does a really good job talking about kind of the pulse of the gaming industry at the moment. We are led to believe that algorithms favor content farms. In the Sims 4 creator space, there's an unspoken rule: post constantly or get forgotten. That leads to cranking out content that's not high quality, but honestly, I think that's a misconception. Plenty of channels don't post daily or even weekly, and they thrive. Look at Mark Rober. His projects are big, cinematic, and worth the wait. That's why they stand out. Or Modern Makeovers. His DIYs are filmed and edited on another level. Millions of views, and for good reason. In the Sims community, though, the daily posting grind makes it hard to slow down and hit that level of polish. And with so many creators flooding the space, skipping an upload feels risky. I think we're entering an era where authenticity, ingenuity, and quality will beat quantity. Okay, that might be wishful thinking, but as a consumer of content, I am far more likely to subscribe to someone I can connect with than someone who is just another pretty face peddling promotional products. I also don't mind if those creators take a little longer to produce videos. North of the border, K-Pre Creations, Bill Making Stuff. Those are examples of high-quality creators that don't post daily or weekly, but stay active with their communities and make being their subscriber fun, so we don't mind the wait between uploads. Something else to consider is that Sim 4 viewers are just bored. We've seen the same trends in different fonts for like 6 years. Every room is a different blank. Random blank is random blank. I made over this ugly EA build. Here's a vlog and there's a vlog and another little vlog. Here's a vlog about some mods. Vlogs and vlogs and vlogs. The recent packs don't help either. They're short-lived and hype, polarizing, and often game-breaking. There's not much content to make from them because many bigger creators just aren't into the themes. Juno Birch was one of the few who looked like she was having a blast with the Fairies pack. You can feel her genuine enthusiasm through the camera. EA even put out a survey this week asking why players have stopped playing, so kind of proves it's not all in my head. This fandom is losing steam. If that survey is still up, I'll link it down below. If not, the gist is this. They're asking what types of diversity and inclusion we'd like to see, and whether that would bring back interest in the game. At some point, they might have to call a mulligan and admit that breathing life into a 10-year-old game just isn't in vogue. It might actually be more profitable if they released one expansion pack a year that was a standalone, complete experience. Personally, I'd rather pay $60 a year for a wholly fulfilled experience than spend $150 plus for mediocre DLC. Or, better yet, pay $5 to $15 for an indie game with 20 hours of playtime. If you do the math, you can spend $150 a year for about 40 hours of gameplay in The Sims, or for $150 a year, you can get 10 indie games, each with about 20 hours of playtime, and get 200 hours total. The math is not in The Sims' favor here. And honestly, I think that's showing because channels like I'm Cade and Orbital Potato that focus on indie games are thriving. I'm worried about Sims creators and cozy gamers. I don't think this community is in a stable place right now. Can we please just slow down a little bit? I keep seeing trending TikToks that promote an unhealthy level of obsession with The Sims. And that's coming from someone who has played this game for 23 years. Listen, hyperfixations aren't inherently bad, but they can burn you out. I am autistic, so I know that cycle. My therapist and I actually track 7 different hobbies on a calendar. We started with 3, one creative, one intellectual, and one social. That way, I was well-rounded. And I think balance in all things is important for all people. The goal is for me to cycle through at least 5 of my 7 hobbies every single month. What are your hobbies besides playing The Sims? If you're not a full-time Sims creator, please don't feel you have to pour the same hours into it as someone who is. Life needs other anchors. You're not Lil Simsy. I'm so sorry. I know she set the precedent for posting every day, but she did it because she wanted to and was passionate about it. Now the community kind of sees that as S-tier commitment, but I'm sure Kayla herself would discourage most of us from pursuing that pace. The cost will outweigh the benefits. I'm willing to bet she'd say your mental health and time with family come first, always. I believe most people start their creator journey with good intentions, but it is easy to get lost along the way. When view counts and subscriber numbers become shiny blinking lights in the distance, they can lead us astray. That's when we're most prone to wander. So here are some questions you can ask yourself when you feel discouraged or lost. Am I having fun? Am I being genuine? What am I bringing to the community that's uniquely mine? Am I proud of my work? How can I improve as a creator for my audience? Markiplier takes vocal lessons. He's always learning new techniques. That's the mindset I invite you to adopt. Passion for skill over chasing trends. Of course, it's hard when we feel like our progress isn't being recognized. We all want a little encouragement. But isn't that one of the best things about this community? So many of us are kind-hearted people who genuinely love to lift each other up. Now, I'm not one to present a problem without offering solutions. I'd like to start posting monthly challenges on my Patreon that anyone can take part in. I'll design them to push creators to try something new and learn a little along the way. I'm also linking a few channels below that I highly recommend checking out. They can help you learn scripting, editing, SEO optimization, all the good stuff that can make a small channel stand out. That's my rant. It's been sitting heavy on my chest and I just needed to blow off some steam. To the 10 people who made it to the end, you are absolute legends. I positively adore your wonderful, beautiful faces. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll see you very soon. Because I'm an honest person, yes, absolutely, some of this is coming from a place of disappointment about the lack of growth on my own channel. Absolutely it is. But this has also been my best month yet, so I'm not worried. We have some wiggle room to do more unique, fun things, because this is still an indie channel nobody knows about. Who knows what we'll do next? Streaming indie games in craft time? Maybe.